Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Couple Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the south side as the British forces, we have Freestyler. Spawn on the north side as the Panzer elite, we have IrishBeer. Likely a good idea, he's probably going to go for second Kettengrad. Second Kettengrads are usually pretty effective versus Brits for the extra captain pressure. Where will the intersection try to capture to set up his forward HQ truck? He could go a bit safe, go for this fuel point. Probably go for one of these munitions points as well, or head over here for this fuel point, or this fuel point here.
Ready to fill the day.
Intersection already captured that munitions point. We do have this Kettengrad camouflage stealthing on forward. And now we do have a lieutenant pushing his way forward. One intersection, one lieutenant. We do have the command truck. Has the intersection still queued on up. And we do have this Kettengrad. Does interrupt the capture there, and it was a very, very smooth interrupt there. Starting to recapture up that point now. Looks like this guy is the capturing model. And he has gone for the standard strategic point. Not waiting for the munitions point to be captured up. He's trying to get this deployed on out to get that other intersection going. He likely will pack on up and go back to this point here. Kettengrad pushes his way forward as well. Trying to do the exact same thing again. He did the exact same thing again. Oof. Lieutenant is captured the munitions point there. Got this Kettengrad. Captured the standard strategic point now. Another intersection's here. He could queue this up to capture that point as well, to guarantee it to be captured. There's actually 3 Kettengrads out on the field as well.
Yes, sir.
And did he just interrupt the capture of the lieutenant as well? That lieutenant didn't get much progress there. And again. Ugh. And we do have Dr. Lock-in of Luftwaffe Ground Forces for the Panzer elite player. Another intersection being deployed on out. Kettengrad, however, getting focused down by the scope rifles, gets a damage engine crit there, and does get it revealed since he was on the road for a brief moment.
We're ready. Get us to the fight.
And we captured the VP now, and he's going finally to capture that munitions point. Does pack on up, trying to reposition on that munitions point.
Ammo depot secured. Section report.
Cutoff point will be cut off, and will deny the income from all of these points. Kettengrad captured this munitions point here. Won't really accomplish all too much other than slow down his opponent. That is the first squad of Panzer Grenadiers deployed on the field, and he's immediately gone for Camp Griff Company into Panzer Air Command, immediately going out for some 222s. And he does have that booting revealed. So you will need to go out. Oh no, the casualty clearing station is a horrendous item at this point in time. He sees Panzer Command. He knows a 2-2 is going to come out. He needs to rush out to the infantry support truck in order to get out either Pietz or Stewart. Probably Pietz at this point in time. Hell, a Bofors wouldn't be half bad as well.
Go ahead, sir. Drink it up, lads. This is what we came for. Pat yourselves on the back.
They captured an unsecured VP.
Lieutenant here.
This fuel point will be decaptured. He'll get a small amount of fuel from this point. Or nope, he has backed away the scope rifles in hot pursuit. This munitions point and this munitions point has not been claimed either. He's only relying on this improved munitions income. Scout car now advancing, getting some good damage there onto the scope rifles. They do fall back relatively early, which is a good idea. He does have, of course, a casualty clearing station here, as well as a handful of slip trenches ready to engage the 2-2 as they start advancing. This is in range, so we'll receive some heals there. He's got his next truck out as soon as possible. He may be able to finish up that slit trench there. He does not. And that guy is getting ripped apart. Getting reinforced now. He needs to back away around the other side of the command truck, not advance it, though. He did get some good damage there. And it actually does get damage into crit there. Lieutenant's falling on back. And now the scope rifle is actually pursuing the armored car because with the damage into crit, he's actually very vulnerable. He took out that 2-2 when you really should not have. Another 2-2 has been deployed on the field. He still has his 3 Kettengrads rolling around. He does have, appears to be 2 Panzer. Oh no, that's a Luftwaffe squad. I was looking at the map, and there is a Luftwaffe squad and a Panzer Grenadier out on the field. Kettengrad will be capturing up this point.
We are losing a strategic
Not really important point to really capture, honestly. And he has actually utilized the attach ability onto that intersection here. But we'll find the Kettengrad, engage in the Kettengrad at point-blank range, but the Panzer Grenadiers here will make their way forward. He does have this 2-2 here, as well as a Bren Gunner. Bren Gunners, of course, can be used to button the armored car. The lieutenant could...
We're losing a strategic location.
If he gets that slit trench built, he can throw the lieutenant in there to be a good defensive position. Right now, the lieutenant's wounded. He needs to be kept around to get healing. Bolt action rifles, only one of these guys are firing, which is not a good idea. And this Kettengrad will decapture this fuel cutoff point, so you will not get income from this fuel point here. If the field support truck sets up there, but he immediately deploys it out, goes for 2 sappers trying to get his Piets out. But he needs more munitions points as well. He's having trouble maintaining field control thanks to those Kettengrads decapturing the points like that. Two armor cars advancing, immediately takes out that unbuilt split trencher, was a very good idea. Kettengrad does have this field support truck spotted. Bren Gunner's engaging. He can't button the vehicle. He can't utilize the healing. He needs that munitions for Piets. He's going to be bleeding off a lot of manpower. Does have a handful of casualties recovered. But the Bren Gunner likely will go down. Does get one of the models reinforced there. And does drop a Bren Gun. Perhaps leave the Bren Gun unpicked up to allow his other squads to pick it up in case that squad does go down. Does get it reinforced there. And that squad does fully go down there. He can pick up the Bren Gun now, that squad, or use the Lieutenant to pick it up if the Lieutenant's still alive. Piets being researched on this squad now. Kettengrad has kept the VP. And this squad's getting annihilated. Got accuracy armor cars. He wants these intersections dead. A 3rd armor car has been deployed on now. Even the Piet squad now has severe trouble, especially with the veterancy of these armor cars. Decides to retreat back now once he got his Piet squad. He does have a lieutenant here. The lieutenant could pick up the Bren Gun, get in a slit trench, and be a relatively defensive lieutenant. He could start trying to get some slit trenches built with the sapper and the scope rifle squad as the Piet squad starts advancing. We've got a fresh intersection here thanks to the casualty clearing station. He may need to use a healing ability there to get this stuff healed up to help engage these armored cars, but there's 3 armored cars here. And these Kettengrad's doing a great job of capturing up every single other point, excluding this one here, which is locked down, and this one here, which is not really worth it at this point. Point out to the trench, he may want to focus on the slit trench. And it's going... No, not... You need a Bofors. You're fighting against armored cars. A Bofors is what you want. There's 4 armored cars. The Bofors will have a high rate of fire and great against armored cars and other light vehicles. The Bofors would be a better option at this point in time than a 17-pounder. Does throw some Piets across the garrisons. Does get one hit there. 17 pounder does throw a hit there onto that stone outhouse. And Slit Trench has been cleaned on up. It does pick up the Bren on the intersection as well. He doesn't have enough fuel income. He has packed up the field support truck. He needs to get it locked down on this fuel point to get out with Stuart. Okay, let's switch over to the Panzer Elite player. How many armor cars does he have? We have 4 armor cars and a martyr. The martyr is purely meant to siege down the trucks themselves. Looks like he's going to be Oh, he wants to take out that field support truck. Didn't realize it's already packed on up. He may not have seen it. He likely to have seen it. Going for the machine gun or Vickers emplacements. Two Piet squads are here, one of them severely wounded. He may be a pop cap? No, he's nowhere near pop cap. Field support truck has been setting up. The 17 pounder has not been rotated recently. Martyr could try to get some shots there on the 17 pounder, but the 17 pounder is trying to rotate towards the Martyr. And this is one reason why the Bofors would be much better. Even the Bofors will pose a threat to the Martyr at that range, and it will have automatic targeting and full 360 cover.
We are losing an ammo point. Jerry knocked out an MG nest.
Piets do get some hits there, 2 rearmor hits. Trying to rush on forward. The Bren gunners could butt in the vehicle if he had enough munitions. Got camouflage Captain Grad there. And we do have this not casualty clearance station, this MG bunker getting hit.
One of our strategic points.
17 pounder rotating's gun over here, so we've got 2 martyrs now out in the field. Got 2 martyrs, right? Yeah, 2 martyrs out in the field. And all the Panzer Elite player needs to do is just hold out for get some flak 88s. Once he gets some flak 88s, he's able to set up a siege line to engage all the trucks here, because he already zoned them to one sector, and the flak 88s can help siege the sector. So we're going off on another sapper. 70 pounder does roll a miss there on the Kettengrad. Camouflage Kettengrad is pushed his way forward, which is great for spotting, just simply for spotting everything.
Field support CP ready.
Captain now being deployed on out. Maybe a good idea to get him a slit trench to hide in. These are 2 Kettengrads up north. We got all the armor forces here, or light armor forces.
German forces are trying
3
to take
2s, 4 2s, and 2 martyrs. Starting to skirmish around. Does retreat back towards the VP, trying to get engage those armored
The
cars.
supply lines are being threatened.
Getting some great hits there onto the infantry section with the armored cars. P is now charging forward. Does get a 1 hit there. PS could potentially get some more shots in, but to take out the Kettengrad, which is somewhat important because it reduces spotting and capping pressure. But right now we just have Panzer Grenadiers and Luftwaffe forces. We got another Panzer Grenadier here. Deploying out Panzer Support Command. He may be eyeing for the, what's it called, Panthers. But honestly, a short barrel Panzer IV, wouldn't it be half bad? Wouldn't it be maximal? Right now, I don't know what the Panzer Elite player should deploy out. Just simply getting hits and containing his opponent is doing a great job with that. So I'm going to take out the Piets, that's for sure. So maybe some STG squads.
Fuel points are being seized.
Piets now raining on in, getting some damage roll across the line. Piets raining on in. Martyrs do avoid those shots. He still has that wounded Martyr. And that pile of hay does go down. Over here, armor car's now advancing, trying to get some hits there, and do have a... oh, wait, that's a 17-pounder that nailed the casualty clearing station. Now we do have a Steward out in the field, which will have trouble versus the 2 Martyrs. Don't think I usually say that every day. These Martyrs were a relatively good choice. And usually you don't say that all too often. It will prevent the Stewards being too super effective, and prevents the users of Bren carriers to rush down with some Piets in the back. Piets getting some receiving some hits there from the autocannons, and do largely miss those barrages. Does use get some defense on these guys, same as the Piets. Doesn't flood any of those vehicles, gets some minor hits there, and the 2-2s are doing a great job of kiting around. Some a bit wounded. Piets are hiding from the hedge line. Steward can't push forward with those 2 Martyrs in the region. He hasn't deployed the Martyrs as well. Maybe a good idea to deploy the Martyrs. So when something does pop up, he's able to fire off a lot of shots. These officers need to stop being attached and start behind for sectors. The captain can be way back here. The lieutenant can be behind the hedges. Has quite a bit of manpower stored up as well. It could be a possibility for him to go for a Churchill. Because Churchills will be a heavy unit to help him crack the front line and engage everything. Does take out 1 2-2s there. Roll some misses there. Churchills make his way forward. At this point in time, I'm not sure what stocks you should go for. 25-pounder with supercharged rounds wouldn't be half bad. Commandos, not so much. Not against this composition. So I'm thinking Churchills, regular Churchills, which will allow him to also get more improved resources because he does need more resources. So Royal Engineers wouldn't be half bad. Royal Artillery wouldn't be half bad either. Just not Commandos. Let's take out a number of these vehicles. Let's switch over to the Panzer player. We still have the 2 Piets still alive, or Martyrs still alive, but that one's likely to go down, even to the bolt action rifle fire. Got another destroyed engine to support, and there goes the Martyr. Got so 3 2-2-2s. He has sort of squandered his advantage. I would say he needed to get out some, or Ocean Jaegers wouldn't be half bad with FG-42s. Either STGs or FG-42s would have been great, because right now his threat is infantry, not armor. And STGs will allow him to charge in the line, and FG-42s will allow him to get out some good long-range firepower. And he's starting to set up a siege line here of Piets. Some of these medics are starting to be cleaned on up as well. Now, Panthers are available. I disagree with the Panthers. He is the one of those Panthers. There are heavy frontline units to help that can withstand quite a bit of Piets, but right now, he has a lot of Piets already deployed on the field. And got multiple split trenches being deployed on out. Right now, he needs mortar half-tracks and Vulcan Jaegers. Or upgrade his... Can he upgrade his 2 Panzer Grenadiers with Panzer Tracks? Why? He didn't need them. He does lose that structure there. Martyr now trying to siege around. Should set it up to kind of fire more rounds at long range. He needs incendiary grenades on this point as well, which can be thrown both by Jägers and Panzer Grenadiers. Now we've got the Stuart pushing his way forward. Not sure if he's canister around. Doesn't have the munitions expenditure, and he's over population cap, so it's going to have some trouble now. He does have incendiary grenades now available, researched. But the sister trench is still going to stand quite a bit of beating here. He needs those incendiary grenades up front. He needs to get these. He needs these Panzer Grenadiers pushed up forward now, because we got the armor cars out of base. There's 2 Stuarts now in the field. It activates a mass blitz. Does receive some hits there. He does finally get a city grenade off there. This sapper is getting quite ripped apart. Does scuttle the trench. We do have another 17 pounder being deployed on out. He does lose the Luftwaffe squad, which does allow him to free up some population to get reinforcements as well as capture up some sectors. There's another city grenade there. He did not scuttle the trench. He wants to save the trench if possible. I'm not sure why he fired on his own 17 pounder right there. That may have been a mistake. 17 pounders are seeing quite a bit of fire there. He does lose the mortar to the 17 pounder. Another incendiary grenade has been thrown. Does go to all his trenches. 17 pounder can go down to the Panzer squads. Switch over back to the Brits. No doctrine selected just yet. Ketagrad goes out of control. He has not gone for the armor command truck just yet. Now he has a bit of resources stockpile up, a lot of manpower as well. All the doctrines are now available to him. He can now go for commandos. Probably not a good idea. Decoy barrages won't be that great, but maybe the commando glider, HQ glider, could be useful to get out some other support weapons. I forget what they can all deploy out. They can deploy out some Piat squads. Well, there goes the 17 pounder. They can deploy out Piat squads, MG squads, and mortar squads, right? No designated AT, however. No 6 pounder / M1 AT guns. Oh, the canister round does annihilate that squad. Royal Engineers wouldn't be half bad for the increased resource income, as I mentioned beforehand. And Royal Artillery is still always reasonable. PS2 ring not in. The Ketagrad does dodge them all. Panthers are, both of them are quite wounded. And so has a number of veteran armored cars here. And that one does get mega destroyed, severely wounded, 1 shot away from death. Does drop a Piat there. We'll need to pick it up, back up. And we may see a canister round. Yes, he almost wipes out both of those squads. Right now, picks up the Piat there with the lieutenant. Right now,
Germans are after one of our
he needs to get out the repair upgrade. He needs a lot of repair squads. Stuart also needs some repairs. And he's starting to repair up the Stuart tank.
An ammo storage
And we now do have an armor command truck now deployed.
Enemy vehicle has been knocked out.
He does take out the Ketagrad right there. The armor command truck. If he goes for a fuel point, he's eyeing for deploy out some armored assets. If he goes to a munitions point, he's eyeing to get, of course, more munitions. But if he doesn't go for a fuel point, then we do know he's not going to eye for a whole lot of Cromwells or Fireflies and other armored assets. Right now, a Firefly wouldn't do him half bad. A Cromwell wouldn't be half bad as well to help engage these armored cars. He has set up on munitions point. Now Stewards are pushing way forward along the right side. They will find the armored cars. Kettengrad is pushed right there. And the Steward does roll a miss there. But these Scope Rifle Squad will get ripped apart. And that 2-2 does wipe out the armored infantry section there. The Stewards will find the Panther. The Panther does send a pen there onto the Steward. And does get a kill there on one of the Steward tanks. Late response there. He has a lot of P's not pushing forward. He may see a button here. Yes, we do see a button there. Multiple P's now raining on in, but a lot of bounces and misses. Another bounce there. And now we do have Spruce now available. Now he's getting some pens there, and the Panther, now it's a good time to try to go for a massive crush. Steward does get a nice rear armor shot there onto the Panther. Trying to go for a crush there. Does cause a mass retreat there. Didn't get the kill down on the Panther. Gave a lot of veterancy, however. And Steward is staying in the region, going for a canister round. Nope, Mango destroyed. And Panzer does connect.
Steward has been knocked out.
Command tank being deployed on out. He doesn't have any Stewards anymore, so maybe he's eyeing for some Fireflies.
Action stations, men.
Chaps, fire her up.
And he's using a casualty clearing station to get his stuff fueled up. And also repairing up the armor command truck that has been probably largely damaged from his own 17-pounder.
We're ready to run out.
Ahead. Gun ready.
German forces are trying to secure one of our sectors.
All set. Go ahead.
I don't know why. Why is it sometimes it wants me to click on stuff I already clicked on? Like, I did a selection block there and just gave me the armor command HQ. It happens all the time. Mostly goes to triage centers. Howdy. Armor cars getting some good damage there onto the sapper. We do have the Bren guns and the Piats now advancing, maybe eyeing for a button. We do have some butterfly bombs here, which have not been scouted just yet, and there's no scope rifles to spot them. We do have the Priest now raining on in somewhere. Does roll a miss there, and rolls a far miss there as well. No button on the vehicle just yet. Panther's now starting to engage as well, and there's a direct hit there by the Priest. Depending on the next shot lands, almost it's a wipe there. It's raining on into this Panther. No more artillery rounds to that other Panther, and the armor car is not going to support the Panther. Now we've got some officer artillery ran in, which could take out these armor cars.
A fuel point is being seized.
And no, that's a creeping barrage. Or not. No, that was still officer artillery. At first I thought it was a creeping barrage. Or second off, I thought it was a creeping barrage. Lieutenant is rolling some missiles there onto the Kettengrad, and the armor cars were sending misses as well. PS are to make their way forward to the opposite the garrison.
Right.
Troops are ready to fight.
QM's just distributed supercharged rounds to the arty line.
Supercharged rounds are now available. Oh, those are butterfly bombs are being detonated there by the lieutenant. Does find another butterfly bomb there, getting some damage on the retreat path. Finds more of the butterfly bombs on the retreat.
CP ready for orders.
And now we do have a Firefly being built out because I was trying to select these guys, and all of a sudden it keeps on giving me the armor command truck.
Yes, sir.
I wonder.
This should fill our day.
Wait a second.
Standing by on you, sir.
If I were to select right here,
Chaps are ready when you are.
is there an invisible button right here?
Give me your CP6 ready for your passage.
Yeah, there are invisible buttons right here. What the hell? Like, if I were to go right here,
Upgrade complete. CP ready
Yeah, there's an invisible button right there. That's why I keep on selecting it. There's literally an invisible button. Why is there an invisible button there? If I switch over to the other player, will it give me that structure as well? Nope, that structure's not available.
Panzer, ready to break. Heavy Panzer ready.
But if I go back here, right here,
Yes, sir. Armory.
there is actually just straight up an invisible button on that part of the map, regardless where I'm looking at.
What's the word, sir?
Based on the proximity of where it is from this button up, I can select on it.
6 ready.
Okay, that's weird. So that's why I keep on selecting those invisible buttons on my screen. Why did I not know those are invisible buttons on my screen? We got these PS pushing the way forward. Getting some hits there onto the Panther. Does send another bounce there. Armor cars trying to support and engage those PS squads, doing some great work there. Trying to go for a slit trench there. He will not be successful. In fact, the two pan trucks have nailed the slit trench itself.
Just follow me. You'll be okay.
Standing by on you, sir.
Yep. Invisible button. Now I can't stop clicking on the invisible button. Got 3 pan truck squads advancing forward, 4 pan truck squads advancing forward. He does have 1 Firefly deployed out, which is overhealed. 70-pounder getting annihilated by the pan truck squads. Priest is trying to rain some shots in onto the sector. But he is rolling some miss there. It's pretty tight barrage. That one's wide enough, but he does actually avoid it.
We are losing a strategic sector.
And still he misses, even though it's raining on wide. Ooh, also artillery raining on in. Or is that creeping barrage? Ooh, good hits there.
Forward OPs reporting a petrol dump under attack.
A lot of autocannon fire coming on onto these squads, getting some good hits there onto that Panther as well. With the rear armor exposed, he's able to take a lot of hits. Now we've got the Firefly supported by the Command Churchill. This one has lost its overheal.
Germans are now at 300 points.
Not Command Churchill, Command Firefly. Not Command Firefly, Command Cromwell. Now we've got the Loiter coming on in, trying to get some shots in there. Does get some hits there on destroyed engine and damaged engine crit there on the Firefly. And he does find some butterfly bombs there with his Firefly. Patrick, however, may take out... Nope, he loses that to the Loiter, the HS-129B3. PS squad's pushing the way forward. No lieutenant there to support him to help him move faster. Patrick still connects with the rear armor of the command tank. Minor importance. And why did all of a sudden my sound just drop? Patrick squad just falls back. PS now raining on in, does completely whiff against these armored cars. All of them still quite vetted.
Overwatch and CCS reporting they have destroyed a German target. Cover kill zones.
Overwatch now available. We do have squad right there of one of the Panzer Grenadier models. These guys are trying to repair the Panther. The VPs are very, very similar. And actually the British player does manage to eke ahead at this moment. We got some butterfly bombs on the cutoff point here. And you have another Luftwaffe squad being deployed now. He may be eyeing for a Flak 88. And it looks like the Brit players down to the last potential ability to call on in. Let's switch over to the Panzer Elite player because I'm curious whether or not he has no command points available, and he has gotten the Henschel ready. So he likely has not gotten Flak 88s available.
Our
He may
Luftwaffe brothers are available for deployment.
he maybe need to get one more set of ability to get his Flak 88s. Ocean makers have him deployed out in the field. Panthers now firing some shots on the Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer do see some shots there from the sappers. We've got another lieutenant here to inspire these troops. And this Panzer Grenadier squad will need to fall back. Does find some butterfly bombs here, as the autocannons do get some good damage along the edges, as the Firefly does send a pen. Hopefully the Firefly pens against the 222. Repair Sapper does receive some Panzer shots in. Twos are trying to get some hits there onto these infantry units. Firefly is still inspired by the command tank, and oof, that repair sapper gets annihilated, but does manage to escape out one last member. It's still raining on in, and these guys are very bunched up. There's going to be a lot of splash damage from the autocannons. Getting some hits there onto the Panzer Shreks. We've got these forces here as the Panthers start making their advance. Getting some pens there onto the Panther as these Piats start ringing on in, rolling some misses, however. Good hits there onto the armored car. And Panthers getting some great picks there against the infantry. Second Firefly has been deployed on out. Armored cars getting some good hits there. And the Brent squad, it does get forced back. We've got these two Panthers, both now quite wounded. Fresh Katagrad eyeing the capture of some points. You can call in another HS-129B3, and we've got some more shots raining on in.
Germany is conceding a sector point to the Commonwealth. We must rally.
Potion makers making their advance. Good hits there onto that Panther. That Panther could potentially go down. And the Katagrad goes down to a Firefly. There's a lot of wrecked Katagrads here. Best use Birkin together to recover them. Firefly is just so skirmishing around, getting some damage in there, while the potion makers do have these squads spotted. Could go for the VP. And one person's lagging a little bit. This is the Panzer Elite player. I don't think he's quit the game just yet. And now he has the Flak 88s available. A Flak 88 would be very useful to help engage those Fireflies. Another Kettengrad goes down. Just stop sending Kettengrads over there. There's 3 carcasses here. It's just starting to lag a little bit once again. Flak 88 being deployed now. Potion Jaegers, do not throw an Incendiary Grenade there. Maybe a good idea to throw an Incendiary Grenade there. He has to make sure this Flak 88 doesn't get overran by the Piats. He's doing a heroic charge. He will spot the Flak 88 there. Maybe a good idea to cancel the Flak 88. He's charging 4 of his Panthers. These guys are all exhausted, so there could be potentially some good crushes there. It does get a wipe there. That may have been the Lieutenant or Piat squad does destroy the Flak 88 or gets it canceled. Got another strafing run raining on in. Gains some good damage there. Does take out one of the Fireflies. The other one does receive some hits there as well. One of the Panthers is reflected. The other one's being engaged by the Firefly, or is engaged the Firefly, and the Sappers do fall back. Another strafing run there. Gains some damage there onto the Firefly. Still inspired by the command tank. Able to get some good shots on the retreat. The Panther needs to fall back. He's prone to being wiped himself. That is a repair sapper, not a Piat sapper. Luftwaffe ground forces getting out their own, another Flak 88. Damage is there, severely wounded, one penetrating bullet from death. And 2 does go down.
The unit has died in action.
Now got a priest barrage onto this VP, but it won't be capturing up any or hitting anything at the moment. It's not an Overwatch because it will be airburst rounds, and I don't see the effect around the priest. Flak 88 deployed and out, so the Fireflies will have trouble advancing now. It is starting to focus on these carcasses, so maybe that was his missed shot on the Fallschirmjägers. No, he is going to hit the carcasses. It does know about the Flak 88, of course.
The enemy is stealing a victory point from beneath our noses.
A lot of Piet hits there onto that Fallschirmjäger, does fall back there. Trying to get some shots on in. The Panther is trying to gauge as well. A lot of hits there on the Panther, a lot of penetrating hits. Fireflies could advance support. Luftwaffe forces have 4 models here, so there's still a decent amount of firepower. Hits there onto the Flak 88. Maybe a good idea to get out a verbal win. Help engage the infantry. Right now he's having trouble with anti-infantry. So more Fallschirmjägers or another or a verbal one wouldn't be half bad. And the Flak 88 does go down. And ooh, there goes repairing squads. Has 2 Fallschirmjägers, so he has actually built up. Here's the fresh Fallschirmjäger squad. Panzer squad does get a hit there on the Firefly. This one's down 2 models, severely wounded, however. Fallschirmjägers will force back the repair engineers. Panzerfaust was thrown by or fired from the Fallschirmjägers. Panzerfaust or Panzerschreck does connect with the Firefly as well. This may be a dead Firefly. Panzerschreck fires, gets out of control with Firefly. He says 1 Panther alive.
Brave Panzer destroyed an enemy tank.
And he does stop the capture of the VP. The game, both sides are playing VPs remaining. Panther needs a lot of repairs, however, from the Panzer squads. This one needs to stick in the region and repair it up. Sure, the command tank is exposed, but probably not going to get it.
We are losing ground.
Jawohl.
Fallschirmjägers starting to make their advance.
The enemy is attempting to seize.
And now we have the slit trench trying to be built there, but it's getting ripped apart by the Fallschirmjägers. So it's a squad trying to build it. And it's nothing really to hold back these Fallschirmjägers at the moment.
200 points.
He has a lot of anti-vehicle assets, but not a whole lot of anti-infantry assets himself. Fallschirmjägers still have all the models, have 1 level defense. Usually people go for accuracy on Fallschirmjägers. He does not have enough munitions for another HS-129B3. But here comes a priest barrage. He heard the shots, so he's going to be avoiding the area from now on, for the time being. That 1 shot rained it up wide, and actually still raining wide, so that was a horrible barrage. That would have been a decent barrage there. Maybe the scatter's just bad. It does go for another Panzer Grenadier. He lost his Luftwaffe ground squad, the Luftwaffe ground forces, so he no longer has access to building out more Flak 88s. A lot of PS pushing his way forward. Panzerschreck now makes his way forward as well. Got officer artillery raining on in, and it comes out pretty quick, so it does force the retreat. Fallschirmjägers capturing up the VP. Does decapture it at least, which will slow out the game a little bit, but not to the degree of a scorched earth. Fallschirmjägers do fall back fully. The squad is now advancing.
Steady up, squad.
And we've got some of these carcasses engaged. We've got the Panther now falling back, receiving a bit of fire there. And we've got this Luftwaffe Fallschirmjäger now engaging as well. These Piets won't do much versus these Fallschirmjägers, though they are slowly whittling them away. Panzer's now charging forward, trying to engage these Fireflies. And it looks like the Panzer player is lagging out a little bit, but he's mainly controlling these squads, so I don't think that was just a temporary blip again. Now we've got another Priest Barrage raining on in somewhere. Trying to hit these Panzer Grenadiers. He does not lose a squad. He has 3 Fallschirmjägers on the field as well. So this good rotation to Fallschirmjägers was a very good idea. And his Firefly is sort of pointless. And all his Piets sort of pointless. Oops, and goes off the map. At this point in time, a Flak 80 wouldn't necessarily be half bad, but would be a bit of investment. Because you would need to get, of course, got Luftwaffe ground forces. Panther's still alive as well, so he still has that going for him as well, just now finally getting repaired up. Kind of sort of make his way forward. Got these forces advancing, forcing back the Fallschirmjägers.
Heavy armor.
Send you mission orders.
Panther sort of making this advance. We may see some hits there. Getting some good damage there. Over here, we've got these forces advancing, making some good hits there onto the HQ command truck, and this is a very nice pick. But we could see a cancer round. Cancer round does fire, falls back. He could potentially fire another round of Pantrax, but won't get the kill. Though if he could fire up the strafing sword, maybe he could have got the kill. Panther gets some great hits there on the Panther. The Panther just can't engage with the inspired
Base is under attack.
Fireflies. Up north, we've got another barrage raining on in. Rolling some misses, however. Down south, we've got the Fallschirmjägers advancing, trying to get some, maybe get some Panzerfaust shots off. Let's get on another squad of Panzer Grenadiers, which immediately gets a model lost. Not sure why he went for another Panzer Grenadier. Canister rounds will be quite effective versus the infantry of his opponent.
Attention, the enemy advances.
And does get supported by the Stewart, not Stewart, command tank. Over here, the Fallschirmjägers are advancing with the support. The Panzer Grenadiers are being upgraded Panzer so it's gone for a 4th Panzer squad, but immediately gets annihilated. Panthers firing some pot shots against the infantry. Fallschirmjägers still engaging up from long range. Maybe using canister round, but it's not really bunched up enough for that. Fallschirmjägers making an advance, but that's getting quite winded. We've got another potential strafe support. Panthers, Fireflies may go down one of the Fallschirmjägers. Both those Fallschirmjägers get fully wiped, so it's down 2 squads of Fallschirmjägers. Big loss there. Fireflies receiving quite a bit of hits there by the Panzer squads. This one will likely go down because it's getting slowed down by the terrain. Fires a shot, rolls a miss. Rolls another miss there, and gets main gun destroyed. Now Piet's trying to hit the Panther. Full force back to Panther there, and the Panzer squad here may go down. And that other Firefly does manage to go down as well. Big losses on both sides, that's for sure. And Piet's now raining on in. Does fall back to the Panzer squad, as we do not see a canister round.
Ready for mission orders.
Fresh squad of Fallschirm Jaegers. Forced back to the Piet squads, does fall back himself. Panther half health. We got more priest barrages wiping out a Panzer squad. Getting a good hit there as well. Did that wipe that squad out as well? Yep, that's wiped out that squad as well. Oof.
Have any wounded?
Officer artillery. Fallschirm Jaegers have not responded just yet. They're getting ripped apart by the artillery. And that Fallschirm Jaeger squad does fall back now. We may see a canister shot there. No, we do not.
Einsatzbereit.
You're ready for orders.
Fresh Panzer Grenadier. Panzerfaust could be fired. No, he does not. And trying to avoid the canister round.
Go ahead.
Every time I see a formation, it looks like a great canister shot. Power got the
Ready, sir.
Panther engaging. Panzerfaust does fire, connects the Stuart. Intersections or sappers making their way forward. No incendiary grenades on these forces. Doesn't have the munitions for it. Utilize a heroic charge trying to rush down these forces. He could potentially Piet or button the Panther tank. Firefly engaging, inspired by the command tank. Main gun destroyed there. This doesn't look good for the Panzer Elite player. Does find some butterfly bombs there.
From enemy advances.
Panzer trying to charge him forward. Main gun destroyed there onto the Firefly. He does lose one of those Panzer squads while at it. And more artillery raining on in.
Base, they're hitting our base.
That was not a squad over there. Looked like a squad would be a squad wipe. And immediately loses the reinforcement there. Panzer support command's almost down. He's trying to go for some trenches there. Does get a slit trench there and great canister round onto those forces.
We are losing territory.
No incendiary grenades onto these trenches. He had some munitions for it.
One of our sectors has been cut off.
And looks like the Panzer Elite player that may have been an actual quit.
Our munition stores
Yep, he's
are
actually
under
left the
attack.
game this time.
Our
Oh
forward
boy.
supply
Oh,
lines are
hello.
broken.
Yep, and yeah, I would say both players could have played this game much better. I suppose my answer beforehand, what will stop the infantry spam, was a single Stuart. By the way, this is Angrade saying thank you for watching and signing off.